Morning. Today's January 20th, 2018. Just got to the laundromat. They're not open yet. It's 5:29. Something tells me they'll be late. Like every time I've been here so far, they get here 15 minutes late. So, oh well. So yeah, I'm here to get my laundry done, and then I'll be going to the gym afterwards. Yeah, I keep looking over hoping that the next car is the person that's supposed to be opening the place. So yeah, it's my morning plans basically, and I guess I'll see you probably after the gym. Alright, later. Hey guys, I just finished up at the gym. I did upper body. I did incorporate some free weights. It was kind of difficult just because, I mean, they have one room for free weights, but it fills up really quick. I mean, they do have a decent amount of benches, but all it takes is like 15 people and there goes all 15 benches. So it was just a little bit annoying, but I did incorporate some free weights today. My cardio, I didn't focus on getting my calories burned up. I just went, first half hour I was aiming toward just getting some spurts of jogging in. Unfortunately my lower back tightens up, and the lower back into the right hip ends up hurting, but I pushed through that as much as I could to get, you know, like I said, spurts of jogging in the first half hour. And then second half hour, I just basically wanted to go for a full hour of cardio. So I did get some jogging in. So maybe a little bit later I'll go for a walk or something, you know, just to get a little more cardio in. Yeah, I thought I had something else. I don't know. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. I still did some of the machines, and still, I mean, I got through them kind of quick, so it wasn't too bad. My shoulders have always been a weak point. I don't know why. So the weights aren't as high on the shoulders as other parts, but that's just something I'll have to build on over time. And I wanted to do some shrugs, but once again, you know, I mean, the free weight room was full, and then they do have some dumbbells downstairs, but it's like you got so many people. You get some people that take one dumbbell, so you don't even get a matching set, and other people that got to work out in front of the dumbbells and everything else. So I didn't even get to do any shrugs today, but I'm gonna try to get them in next time. I'm thinking during the week when I go in first thing in the morning, I might have better chance at getting in the free weight room and getting some stuff done. The weekend is tough because they open during the week. They open at 5. Weekend they open at 7. So more people are willing to get up at 7 to get here. So it's fuller on the weekends from, you know, time they open to the time they close. So it might be one of them things where I have a during the week routine and then a weekend routine. So something like that. But overall, not too bad. I do feel it in the muscles a little bit. I don't know if I'm starting to come down with another cold, or if it's just sort of lack of proper sleep, or, you know, or the fact that I'm sleeping in my truck, or what it is. But the body's starting to ache a little more now, so I have to see how that goes, see if it goes away or if it progresses or gets worse or what. Like I said, I mean, I've been lifting now for six weeks, going on 7 weeks now, 7 days a week, and I haven't really had any soreness, so I'm not quite sure why my body is starting to ache now, unless it's just, I mean, it could be getting tired, from not taking much time off, but I don't believe that's how my body works. Everybody's body works differently, and when I lifted before, I'd lift 7 days a week and never had a problem, and that's why I split my workouts into basically upper body, lower body. That way while I'm working the upper body, the lower body's resting, and vice versa, and never had any problems, and just, constantly going up in weights and everything else. So, I mean, right now I'm trying not to focus on, going up in weights. I'm trying to focus more on, burning off the fat, losing the weight. I mean, once I get down to 220, then I can worry about, toning, and if I want to build more muscle back up, I can worry about it then, instead of worrying about it now. That's what I've always done before, was just worried about getting stronger, never worried about, slimming down to look good and then getting stronger. So I don't know, it might just be the way I look at it. Everybody's got their own way of at looking at how they want to get the job done, basically. And once again, everybody's body is different, so how I might go about slimming down is going to be different for someone else. That's different from someone else. It's kind of another reason why I don't usually do personal trainers, just because they do basically the same techniques for everybody. I mean, unless you get a really good personal trainer that understands that everybody's body is different. And sometimes, yeah, you got to play with it. You got to try a routine. If you don't see results, then you got to switch to another routine. But some personal trainers, they'll keep you on the same routine because they're making money. As long as you could show small amounts of progress, then they can motivate you to keep paying them to keep training. I tell you what, I'd rather pay high dollar for someone that can get me to my goal faster, and then pay them to get me to the next goal. I mean, if you're just going to drag it out and take, dollar after dollar out of me, dragging it out, that's not going to motivate me. But for some people, losing 1 pound is, a huge accomplishment. For me, I'm sorry, you gotta make me lose 20 plus, in a decent amount of time. Otherwise, I give up on you. I mean, once again, that's just my feelings. That's just how I look at it. But everybody's different. So, but yeah, I gotta stop at storage. I was thinking about trying to find my bands. As much as I know they're probably buried, I just thought that I could do some band workouts, at night or something, after everybody's out of the office, or on the weekends and stuff like that, just to try to help get some of them smaller muscles that like the machines don't get, because the machines are one motion. You don't have to control the weight except for forward and backwards, or up and down, like basically 2 directions. Whereas that's why I like free weights, is you got to control that weight coming down. You got to keep it from going left, right, up, down, basically, all different directions. You have to control that weight, and that's what works all the muscles, instead of the machines that just work the in and out muscles. So, and yeah, do you like how technical I am? Like I said, I can work out, I can train, stuff like that. I can't sit there and point out every muscle, tell you what it is, what it does, but I can get you exercises to work them. So, but yeah, I was hoping to dig that out. I'm sure there was something else I need to dig out, but that needs to stop at the store, get something to eat. I'm probably going to try to do more plain salads, maybe with just some chicken on top. Try to keep from doing dressings and all that. That's just extra calories. Try to do what I can to help keep my calorie intake lower. And then one of the guys I work with is supposed to bring his vehicle by so I can look at it to let him know if I feel like doing his spark plugs or not. It's the same motor that's in my pickup truck. It's just, I know I've had it before where it's like, oh yeah, I've worked on that motor before, and then you open the hood and they got it turned different directions. They got a ton of extra crap on top and all that. But hopefully if it's something I can work on, it's a little extra money that I can make. So, plus I don't have to get under the car, just got to lean over the hood. So, I mean, that's kind of my plans for now. I mean, things change as it goes, but we'll see. But yeah, until later, I hope you guys have a great day. See ya. How's it going? It's almost 6 o'clock. I mean, after the gym, you know, I stopped by my storage unit to grab a couple items. Like I said, I'm sure I'll be picking through the whole time, you know, all the way up to the point that I finally move. I went to the grocery store, just picked up a couple items, and then came back to the office. It's kind of sad. I can barely remember what I did today. Came back to the office, had lunch. I just did a bag of mixed salad. I did chicken breast that I cooked in the microwave. It just takes a little longer to cook it, but it's still the same nutrients. And then I threw an diced up avocado in there, and then I didn't use any dressing. I just took a lime, squeezed it over it. Actually turned out pretty tasty. So one of the things I grabbed out of the storage unit, I have some of those exercise bands. I figure might as well grab those, and then I can always do a small workout in the afternoon or something with the bands, get some resistance going. I also picked up batteries for my electric air pump so I can blow up my exercise ball. Haven't used the pump in a while, so a couple of the batteries in there were corroded. I had to clean that out, clean the terminals off. But like I said, I figure maybe it'll give me a second workout in the afternoon. I mean, I don't have to go super crazy with it, but it's something. And other than that, I've watched a bunch of YouTube, I ain't gonna lie. I did kind of cheat on my no sugar, I'll be honest with you. I was watching some YouTube videos, and the one video they made, worms and mud, which is basically gummy worms with crushed up Oreo cookies, and then or it's worms and dirt, but there's quote unquote mud in it, which they make sort of a, not really a chocolate pudding, but something close to that. And then, you know, you do it in layers, you put your little gummy worms in. And I'm a sucker for gummies, so I watched that, and I couldn't get it off my brain. I said screw it. I mean, it's been 6 to 7 weeks, so I went and I bought just a small little bit amount, you know, from the store. They have like the bulk section where you can, you know, scoop up however much you want and then weigh it and pay for it. So I just bought a small little amount just to have, and they weren't quite fresh, so it after eating them, I don't think I'll do it again because they weren't as good as I remember. They weren't as gummy. They were a little more sort of dried out and hardened. So, yeah. Hopefully that cures me of my ever wanting those again. And also, yeah, I know what they're made of. You know, I know they're made out of pig parts and all that. My sister tried to get me off them by telling me that, and it didn't work. I mean, I liked it before. I ate tons of it before. Telling me what it's made of isn't suddenly going to make me stop. So, but after having those that I think are stale, that might do it. That, and I'm sure I'll gain 20 pounds from having some sugar now. But anyways, so yeah, like I said, I cheated on my no sugar. I'll just have to work it off tomorrow. Tomorrow is my weigh-in for the week, so I don't think I moved anywhere. I think I'm either up a pound or about the same. That's about it. Like I said, I've been lifting a lot, so slowly building the muscles up. The weights are going up, or at this point I cut the weights in half and started doing more reps, and I'm slowly starting to move up in the weights again with the higher reps. So building muscle is going to add weight to you. But other than that, not much else going on. I mean, I charged up my jumper box, went out. My work truck was showing a low tire pressure, so I went ahead and put air in all my tires to get rid of that light because that was just getting annoying. Charged everything else up, and that's about where I'm at now. I realized today that I don't talk much about my situation as far as my living situation. I mean, if you watch the beginning episodes, I don't know which episode it was, but you'll know my living situation. But I mean, I don't really videotape it just because, I mean, what is there to videotape? I mean, right now I'm sleeping in my pickup truck at night. So, I mean, do you really want a video of me sleeping in my video at night, or sleeping in my truck at night? No. So, but yeah, sleeping in my truck. I got my gym for working out and taking showers. I'm pretty much parked at the office. It was just easier to park the company truck here and then park my truck here. That way if I need to swap, I can. So I got, our break room has, a refrigerator, a sink, a microwave. My coffee I do with a French press. I mean, the coffee pot doesn't look the greatest. I'm not saying it's not fine, but then they got K-cups, but as far as I know, Bulletproof doesn't have K-cups, so I'm fine with the French press. Comes out good. I like knowing that I can grind my coffee beans up. As soon as I get a bag, I grind them all up, put them in a container, and then use them. And when I run out, I do it again. So I know the beans are a little bit fresher. Yeah, and I charge all my stuff here at the office. So I mean, if it gets too cold at night, I plug an electric blanket into my charger box, and it'll last about an hour and a half to 3 hours, counting on what I set the blanket at. And then I charge that here. I charge my earphones for the gym here, laptop. I got the code for the Wi-Fi, so that's how I'm able to upload the videos and do some stuff. I mean, my cell phone plan is unlimited data, but it gets a little annoying to try to do certain things on a cell phone. I mean, I know you can edit your videos with YouTube on my cell phone. I don't know if I can actually splice different videos together. I don't know the extent of what you can do, but I just find it easier to do it on my laptop. I mean, I bought Movie Maker for it, so I can do that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The one guy I work with, they had an old set of lockers. I mean, it's basically a bunch of wood lockers that they made with doors and stuff, and they were going to throw it away. And he told him he would use it, so he put a bunch of equipment in his stuff. And I asked him the one day, I'm like, hey, is there any of these open? And he's like, oh, I can clear one out for you. So I'm able to put my dishes and knife and cutting board and stuff like that in there, all my coffee stuff, my weight scale, so that I can do my weigh-ins and stuff. So I got that. So it's not horrible. I'm not completely homeless. Like I'm not without being able to make myself something to eat without taking a shower. It's not like I don't have a job. I do have a job. It just doesn't pay. I mean, I'm worth a lot more than what I'm getting paid, and every technician that works here is worth a lot more than they're getting paid. But it's just the way it is. So, but yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I sort of, I give you bits and pieces, but I never really do much with it in the videos, because I mean, you guys don't want to hear about about my bad situation the whole time. I mean, I will tell you, sleeping in a truck is not like sleeping in a bed. You lose blood circulation to basically from your knee down to your foot during the night, because you're not laying flat. You're laying with your foot hanging off the side of the seat. I'm 6'2", so I don't exactly totally fit lengthwise, so I have to have my knees bent a little bit, so that my feet aren't pushed up against the gas and brake pedals. The seat doesn't totally recline flat, so you got the back of the seat up at a little bit of an angle, which puts more pressure on my tailbone, which makes my tailbone hurt. I'm a big guy, so the seats aren't that big. I got the center console there, which goes up and adjusts up and down, but that's pointless. I mean, I could sit there and take the time to detach it, but still isn't going to do much for me. So, plus I keep stuff in it that I need. So stuff like that. Like I said, I got an electric blanket, I got a comforter. Every night I put those on. I usually crank up my truck, get the inside warmed up, and just go from there. I mean, some nights I'm lucky and can stay warm, and other nights you freeze your butt off. I mean, I'll wake up and my nose, like I can't even feel my nose, it's so cold. And at that point I have to shove it under a blanket and try to warm it up. So I mean, I had a disc replaced in my neck November 2016, and sleeping at the angle I sleep, and I mean, I have a pillow, but then it puts my neck at a funky angle. But if I don't use a pillow, then my head's leaning back too far, which, so some mornings I wake up with I'm not going to say migraine, because there's a difference between a headache and a migraine, but it's just a really bad headache that lasts, pretty much all day. And it feels like you need to pop your neck, but you can't. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I've kind of started using the company truck more, for going to the gym and stuff like that, to try to save on gas. My truck, I think at this point, is 12 or 13 miles to the gallon. That, and then the fact that, warming myself up, at night or whatever, if I happen to doze off, it could be idling for a half hour before I wake up and realize it, which doesn't help anything. But the one nice thing about our company is every technician gets a company truck that they can take home. So I mean, you can drive it home and drive it to work, and they don't care. And they tell you, if you need to stop by the grocery store on the way home or something, that's fine. But a lot of the technicians use it 24/7, which for the year and a half that I've had it, I've never used it except for to go to work and then for work and then to home. And I'd hit a grocery store, but it would be literally me going home still, like not way off the beaten path. So for a year and a half, I didn't, take advantage of, driving out on the weekends and stuff like that. I always drove my personal truck. And if I didn't have money or gas, I just didn't go anywhere. So that's why I'm kind of using it now. The gym is basically, it's actually a little less miles to the gym back to the office than it was to my house to the office. So it's pretty much like as if I would, start out from my house and come to the office, except I'm doing the gym. So it's not like I'm going 20 miles out of the way. It's literally like maybe 6 miles. So, in case they want to complain about it, but I don't foresee them complaining about it. I mean, I maintain my work truck, way better than any of the other technicians. I do what I can as far as like discounts, oil changes. I take it to my own place. Instead of getting a 3,000 mile oil, I get a 5,000 for $5 less, and then I usually find a $3 off coupon, which, you think my boss would have hit the lottery when I told him that I saved him $3 on an oil change. But stuff like that. Or if you go to certain gas stations, you got the little swipe card, you save 3 cents a gallon. I'm always finding ways to save them money. Last oil change, they're like, oh, you need a new air filter. I'm like, how much? $26. I said, oh, I got it. I stopped by Advanced Auto, picked up a filter for like $16. It took me literally a minute and a half to quickly pull the old one out, pop the new one in, and the company saved $10 on top of the $3 for the oil change. So $13 right there I saved them by doing it my way. And when I take it to my shop, I have to pay out of pocket and then put in expense report to get my money back. Whereas if I take it to their shop, they can give you a PO and you just go in, hand them it. They'll do the oil change for that price or whatever, and that's it. But I didn't care because they do their oil changes at Jiffy Lube, and I did one oil change there, and it was supposed to be a 3,000 mile oil. After 2,800 miles, my oil light came on, and it's just it's garbage oil. I mean, 5,000 mile oil, the boss said go until the oil light comes on. He's trying to stretch it out the best he can. I'm already 2,000 miles over my oil change limit, and oil change light hasn't come on yet. My personal truck, I put a 10,000 mile oil in. I only go up to 8,000. Like, I don't go the full 10,000. I go 8,000 and then I change it. But that's just how I prefer to do it. So I also know my driving habits. So, but yeah, there's that. I mean, if you got any questions about, my situation or, how I'm doing something, just ask. It's not a big deal. I mean, I do brush my teeth and all. We have a bathroom here, so I do brush my teeth. As far as cutting hair, don't need to cut the top hair because I'm going to be donating it. So as soon as it gets long enough, I'll donate it. The beard, I do a light trimming. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I look like I'm out of the backwoods anyways, so who cares? Laundromat, luckily there's one like 7 or 8 minutes up the road that I happen to find. So Saturday mornings, at 5:30 when they open, I go right in, do my laundry. You'll get 2 or 3 other people in there. By the time I get out, I don't have to worry about the crowds and stuff. At that point, go straight over to the gym and hit the gym maybe a half hour after they've opened up, so it's not too bad. It's a touch more time consuming because at home you can throw your laundry in, go and do this, go and do that, and then come back, throw it in the dryer. This way you sort of throw it in the washer, you wait your 24 minutes, and I'm sure I can find something productive to do during that time, but it's it is what it is. At 5:30 in the morning, I get up at like 4:30 so I can have my coffee and then go over there. I'm not looking to be too productive at 5:30 in the morning. So that's the other thing, not getting much sleep. By the time I go out to my truck, it could be anywhere between, I'd say, 9:30 and the latest it's been was like 12 o'clock at night, just because by the time I got the video uploaded and everything else, it was like midnight. And then I usually get up about between 3:45 and 5 o'clock. During the week I try to be up before 5 o'clock, just in case any of the other technicians come in. It looks more like I just got here than I've been staying here. Excuse me. Some of the technicians know my situation. I don't feel everybody needs to know my situation. I haven't told my boss. There's no reason to tell my boss. It's not his problem, it's my problem. So I don't plan on telling him. I'm not sleeping in the office. I'm outside in my truck in a parking lot. And, if he has a problem with that, I can move 4 or 5 spaces over and now behind a different business, and there's not much he can say at that point. But like I said, I don't think he would. He'd be a little more concerned about, just me having to do it than he would me actually doing it. So, I did watch a YouTube video, like helpful tips for new YouTubers. One of the things they said was to make sure you're not looking, like watching yourself, right there, not watching yourself, but actually watching what you're videoing. And I know I have been having a bad habit since day one of watching myself, and I think a lot of people start out doing that because you want to see what you look like, and you're not used to looking at the camera itself. I'll try to get better with that so we can have better eye contact, so I'm talking to you and not you. Okay? They said a couple other things which were stuff that I sort of already do. So it's like, okay, I already do that. And then there's a couple of them that I'm like, okay. The one, I wish I could remember the way they phrased it. Yeah, I can't even remember the way they phrased it. But it was basically like selling yourself, and it's like, they're trying to help you get, as many subscribers as possible and as many likes and all that. And like I've said before, this is mostly for me. I'm happy that someone else wants to watch it. I mean, my sister, she watches it like every video. I think she's the first one to watch it every time. And it's kind of nice because then she knows what's going on with me, and she knows that I'm not dead in a gutter somewhere, which is awesome. But there's a couple other people, and I'm sure there's one or two random people that just happen to see my video and was like, who's this ugly sucker that's got a video on here? So I mean, you look at your stats, and when you got when you got like 10 views and 2 likes, it's like, okay, there's 8 people that stumbled across my video, played it, and 5 seconds in said screw it and left. So, but like I said, I'm not making money off videos. I'm not looking to make money off videos. I'm not gonna ever be one of them YouTubers that makes money off videos. I've seen some of them YouTube videos where they show you the richest YouTubers and stuff, and they break down how much they make, and they're making hundreds of thousands, if not millions a month, off of doing YouTube videos. And it's like, how? I mean, seriously, it's a video. I mean, some of them are making almost more than movie stars, and I watched a couple of the people's videos. I'm like, who the hell is watching this? It's just somebody running around being a dick, basically. I mean, they got their nose up in the air and they act like they're better than everybody, and they're bad boys, and do what they want and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, if an apocalypse happened, you'd be dead in the first 2 seconds because you're just a prissy guy. I don't know. But yeah, me, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to be real with you. And some of my videos are going to be boring, which I'm sure most of them have been boring. But this is just the way my life is right now. This is the way my life is going, I mean, I can't go out and buy props to make more exciting videos, and it's hard to be funny and hilarious all the time when your life is just one big negative ball of crap. It's like I said, I'm just an honest person being honest. If I was in a better situation with better things going on, and friends that don't move off to other states, and that aren't busy as heck trying to keep their lives together, yeah, I'd probably be out doing wild and crazy stuff too. But it's just not my life. It's not my style, to tell you the truth. I go to a bar or a party, and I'm not the dude in the middle of the room, tearing it up. I'm the dude off to the side, trying to keep from, stepping on somebody. So, which is amazing. Speaking of stepping on people, when you see someone my size coming down the sidewalk, and there's you and your buddy coming at me right next to each other, yeah, you're better off one of you moving over, because I'm going straight. And I've been told it's like hitting a brick building when you run into me. I mean, back in high school, before I got this big, I mean, I was big, but I wasn't this big. I had a girl come out of a classroom, and she came right around the corner and smacked her face right into my shoulder and knocked her tooth out. I felt horrible. I mean, she was a beautiful cheerleader and everything else. She was just, she was fooling around in the classroom, and then came running out, giggling, and next thing you know, I'm leading her to the nurse, apologizing the heck out of it. But, it's just rude when there's 2 people walking next to each other, and they expect the person coming at them to like walk in the street because they have to talk. It's like, nah, the person in the middle, drop off a couple steps, get behind your friend for 2 seconds, and then you can get back next to him. I mean, I don't know why people have to be so rude all the time. And that's part of where my attitude comes from. It's just rude and disrespectful. And, I mean, the world doesn't owe you shit. I don't owe you shit. Guess what? You don't owe me shit. So right now, no one owes anybody shit. So how about we try to be respectful to each other and be polite and get along, you know? It makes the world a better place. And, you know, it's so hard to find, I mean, you can find more negative videos online than you will ever find positive. It's one of the reasons why I don't watch the news or read the news, because all they want to push is all the negative crap. It's like, you know, the cops are bad, they're horrible, they shoot and kill everybody, la 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 la. It's like, I finally found a video where, you know, they came across this kid that had autism, and he was, you know, he's going off and all that, and the first two cops that arrived on the scene, you know, pretty much had their guns drawn. You know, they didn't have them pointed at him, they were pointing down at the ground just ready, but they couldn't get along. This other cop hears it over the radio, so he rushes over there because, you know, he kind of has dealt with this stuff before, and he just walked up and, you know, started talking to the kid. The kid was like 6'3" or 6'4". It was a big boy. But, you know, the kid sat down on a curb, so the cop sat down on the ground, you know, and one of the cops actually took a picture of him sitting on the ground at his level just talking to him. And it totally calmed the kid down. The kid was happy. He talked to him and everything else. And it's like, but you don't get to see those videos. You have to hunt for them, you know? And that's just ridiculous. I mean, that type of stuff should be the main focus. I mean, that's how you make a better world, is show all the good stuff. You know, you want to show all the negative stuff, that's how you get a negative world. That's how you get people that don't care and just do whatever they want. You know, I mean, shoot, something as simple as like holding a door open for someone. Right now, I can hold the door open for about 10 women, and I might get one that thanks me. The rest act like I'm supposed to do it and that they're better than me and everything else. I hold the door for 10 guys. All 10 guys say thank you, or nod their head, or give some sort of sign of appreciation. It's like, look, ladies, I'm not trying to be a creeper, you know, I'm just trying to be polite. You know, I'm not trying to take your independence away from you or anything. I'm just trying to be nice, you know, brightens up your day a little bit, which brightens up my day a little bit, and hopefully that, you know, that illness there just sort of spreads off to the next couple people. You know, I mean, shoot, we're all just trying to smile in this world. That's all we're trying to do, you know? So, but yeah, that's my calm rant for the day. And that video clip is going to take forever to put online. Yay. Yeah, if I had money, I'd have better laptop and better equipment and everything else. I mean, I don't even have a selfie stick. It's like, you know, I mean, basically, if I'm going to take a picture of you, picture of me, you're gonna see this. So, you know, I really don't want a selfie stick. I don't want to sit there walking around with tripods and sticks and everything else hoping that I'm going to find a video moment, you know? But at the same time, all you're going to get is basically this, you know, in the camera view. So, I don't know. That'll have to change eventually, I guess. But I'd have to get more subscribers for that one. Maybe that's what I need to do. Like Matthias, you know, instead of doing likes, I'll do subscribers. You get me this many subscribers and, you know, I'll get this piece of equipment to use. Then again, he's got the money to do it. I don't. He's got his own company and everything else. He's doing quite well. So, but yeah, so yeah, this clip has been long, and I'm still having problems with hooking my iPhone up to my Windows laptop, and it does, like, it's supposed to be a simple click and drag, and then it downloads it, and it doesn't do it. I have to go through all these different steps, you know, like unplugging the phone, plugging it, unplugging it, or maybe unplugging it and the lightning cable flip over, plug it in, or powering off my phone, powering it back on, or, you know, Xing out the boxes on the screen, and just a whole huge hassle. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. I mean, I could spend 20 minutes just trying to get the footage off my phone onto my laptop. And I mean, I do have a Mac Air. Problem is, it doesn't have that much in, like, I think it's 250 gigabyte hard drive, and I don't have my, you know, movie maker on there, and I don't have the money to be buying another movie maker. And I mean, I downloaded a free one, but oh boy, it was such a pain in the butt to try to use it for the one video that. But the only nice thing was I plugged my iPhone in once and it downloaded. But it was also a pain in the butt to figure out how to pull the videos off my iPhone onto my Mac. So that's why I haven't been using my Mac. So, I don't know. Maybe by the time I move and get closer to my brother, he can learn me something. Because I obviously can't figure it out. And I wanted to leave this career and try to get into IT. Yeah, that'll work. There are kids in first grade that know more than me. Oh, which is sad. But anyways, alright, this end clip has been long enough. You listened to me cry about my life long enough, so let's end it. The video, that is. We're gonna end the video, not, yeah, don't take that negatively. So tomorrow basically gonna be getting up and hitting the gym. Like I said, I'll try to build on the, you know, the jogging on the treadmill. It's just, like I said, still difficult with the lower back wanting to tighten up on me and stuff. I don't know if I want to do free weights with the legs. I've never been a fan of squats. I don't like the thought of having weights on my, you know, shoulders and squatting down, and all it takes is for, you know, my back to move just a little bit in the wrong direction and I'll be laid up again. So that one I'll kind of play by ear or by sight or one of those senses. But other than that, yeah, I don't have really anything planned tomorrow, so I'll figure something out. Like I said, get this video starting to upload, see if that last technician has left yet. Might try to do a second workout in the office here. I grabbed my bands and my exercise ball and all that stuff. I just gotta blow up the exercise ball, but I figure that's not anything too major to blow it up and deflate it every night or whenever I decide to do the extra workout. But yeah, see how it goes. So, I mean, until tomorrow, just remember, you be you, because in the end, you are awesome. Thank you.